Ayurvedic, the Shastra is written by the Rishi Munis. So as you all know, the Rishi Munis, usually they are like the Shakavargas. They used to take these Shakavarga Dravyas or the Phalavargas. They used to live their life. But interestingly, the Acharyas also they have explained in detail about the Mamsavargas. And also, while in Charaka Sutrasthana, the first chapter, there while classifying the Dravyas, and even the Sushruta, he used to classify the Dravyas mainly based on, that is Unibedana Dravya Vargikarana. So please recollect the Unibedana Dravya Vargikarana. That is Tatpunastrividam Proktam Jangama Udbida Parthivam. Tatpunastrividam Proktam Jangama Udbida Parthivam. So he used to classify mainly Jangama Dravya, Udbida Dravyas, Parthiva Dravyas. So these Dravyas, they are used for to maintain the health of a healthy person and also to treat the diseases of a diseased person. Okay, so for maintaining the health of a healthy person, so they have mentioned like Jangama Dravyas. So some of the Jangama Dravyas we already have discussed, like Kasturi, Gorochana, Mrugashringa. That is for the purpose of medicinal purpose. Okay, so apart from that, the Jangama Dravyas, they used to classify once again into 4 types. That is Jarayuja, Andaja, Shvedaja, Udvija. Okay, so in detail already you come across with these, what are Jarayuja and what are the examples. Okay, so already you come in detail about these drugs. So here, so what is the importance of these Jangama Dravyas? So Jangama means what? First in the introduction you can, if you want, you can quote, that is Gaccheti iti Janghamam tasya bhavah Jangamam. Gaccheti iti Janghamam tasya bhavah Jangamam. The Dravyas, one which moves from one place to another place. One which moves from one place to another place. So those Dravyas they used to consider as like the Jangama Dravyas. Okay, here the Mamsa obtained from those animals, the Jangama Dravyas. So they used to discuss in detail about under the Mamsa Vargas. Okay, that is, once again, if they ask for Mamsa Varga, you start with the classification of Charakokta Ahara Dravya Vargikarana. You can quote like Shukadanya, Shamidhanya, Mamsa. Okay, Sukadanya, Shamidhanya, Mamsa, Shaka, Falashrayan, Varghan, Harita, Madhya, Ambu, Gorasa, Ikshvikarikan, Dashadvaucha, Aparau, Krutanna, Ahara, Yoginam. So if you want, you can highlight that Mamsa, Shukadanya, Shamidhanya, Mamsa. So immediately after explaining about Shukadanya Varga and Shamidhanya Varga, so Acharyas, he has given more interest or the concentration towards the Mamsa Vargas. So if you take the statistical analysis, throughout the world, so the non-vegetarian, the diet, the people's one who consumes non-vegetarians, they used to place the first place. The second place is the vegetarian peoples. So throughout the world, so most of the peoples, they used to like the Mamsa Vargas. In Sutrasthana 25th chapter, so Acharya Charaka says that is Mamsam Brahmaniyanam Sreshtam. Among the Brahmaniya Dravya, Mamsa is considered as Sreshta. As you all know, Mamsena Mamsa Vardhati. So because, and also we can apply the concept of Ruddhihi Samane Sarvesham Viparita Viparyaha. That is, the same properties definitely will enhance the properties of the Dravyas. So depending upon that concept, so Mamsena Mamsa Dhatu Ruddhihi. That's why Acharya Charaka says that is Mamsam Brahmaniyanam Sreshtham. So Acharya Charaka has explained in detail about these Jangama Dravyas. There are different types of the Mamsas. Even Acharya Sushruta, Acharya Vagbhata, so they have explained in detail about these Mamsa Dravyas. Okay, we'll see one by one. What are their properties? See, Mamsam Brahmaniyanam Sreshtam. You can, if you want, you can take the points about the introduction. Mamsam Brahmaniyanam Sreshtam in Agradravyas. So he used to say in Charaka Sutrasthana 25th chapter. So among the Brahmaniya Dravya, Mamsa Sreshta. Throughout the world, the non-vegetarian diet occupies the first place among the dietary ingredients. So if you take the statistical data, statistical analysis, so there you will come to know that, so most of the peoples, they used to liked by the non-vegetarian diet. Okay, so that's why it is the first place among the dietarian, the ingredients. So our Ayurvedic, the literature also, they have explained in detail about even the Mamsa Varga also. See, please note some of the synonyms of the Mamsa Varga. Mamsa, that is, Mamsa is also called as Pishita. Pishita is the synonym of Mamsa. Kravya. Kravya is also synonym of Mamsa. Amisha. Amisha is a synonym of Mamsa. Palala. Palala is also synonym of Mamsa. And Phala. Not a small letter, the word Phala. That is Palala. Phala is a synonyms of Mamsa. So what are the general properties? The general properties of Mamsa is, this is Madhura Madhura Shita. That is Madhura Rasa, Guru Snigdha Guna, Shita Virya, Madhura Vipaka. These are the general properties of Mamsa Vargas. And Dosha Karma is Vadashamaka, and the common properties or the common karma or the lakshana, the actions are as it is. It does Mamsa Dhatu Vardhana Karma. So definitely it is going to act like Balya, Brahmana, Pushti Vardhaka, Trupti Karaka. Balya, Brahmana, Pushti Vardhaka and Trupti Karaka. So here, so whatever we are discussing, that is according to the Sushruta Samhita. We are mainly discussing about these Mamsa Varga according to the Sushruta. So Sushruta he used to classify mainly, it is of two types, based on the availability, based on in which places you are going to collect that Mamsas. So based on the geographical sources, that is based on the Desha, Acharya Sushruta has classified these Mamsa Vargas mainly of two types. One is Janghala Mamsa and another one is Anupa Mamsa. The main classification of Mamsa Varga is based on Desha, that is based on the geographical sources. It is of mainly two types, Janghala Mamsa and Anupa Mamsa. So Janghala Mamsa means the Mamsa are the animals which are available, which are in Janghala Desha. So from those animals, if you collect the Mamsa, so that is called as Janghala Mamsa. Okay, so the Mamsa which is obtained from the animals which are living in Janghala Desha. So this is the definition of Janghala Mamsa, Janghala Desha or Janghala Prani Mamsa. Okay, the Mamsa which is obtained from the animals which are living in Janghala Desha, or you can say like the dry lands. So it may be, there are different types of animals are there. Okay, like maybe a sheep, it may be a goat, it may be a camel, or it may be a deer. So these animals specifically are present in Janghala Desha. So those the animals are considered under the Janghala Mamsas. Okay. See the general properties of Janghala Mamsa, the common properties and the Janghala Mamsa properties and Anupa Mamsa properties. There are different the properties. Okay. So the Janghala Mamsa properties are Madhura Kashaya Rasha. Say the general properties of Mamsa Varga is Madhura Madhura Shita, whereas the Janghala Mamsa properties is Madhura Kashaya Rasha. Madhura Kashaya Rasha, Lagu Ruksha Guna. See the gunas of common Mamsa Varga is Guru Snigdha Guna. This is Lagu and Ruksha Guna. As Jangalam Vata Bhuyishtam, as you all know, the Jangala Desha is having the predominance of the Vata that is Vayu Mahabhuta. So because of the predominance of the Vayu Mahabhuta, definitely the gunas of Vayu like Lagu and Ruksha Guna. So automatically, so these Lagu and Ruksha Guna will be present in the Mamsa of those animals. Okay, so Madhura Kashaya Rasha, Lagu Ruksha Guna, Madhura Vipaka, Shita Virya. Karma is Balya, Brahmana, Rushya. Karma is Balya, Brahmana, Rushya. Next we'll move to the Anupa Mamsa. The Mamsa which is obtained from the animals which are living in Anupa Desha. Which are living in Anupa Desha. Or the wetlands. So this is as like the common properties of Mamsa Vargas. That is also Madhura, Rasa, Guru Snigdha Guna, Shita Virya, Madhura Vipaka. In similar way, it is having. But once again, this Jangala Mamsa is again classified into 8 types. Okay, the main classification of Mamsa Varga based on the Desha, based on the geographical area. So we can here put a flow chart. Okay, so Mamsa Varga is mainly classified into 2 types, that is based on Desha or based on the geographical sources. The first one is Jangala Desha, and it is of 8 sub classification, and Anupadesha, it is of once again sub classification is 5 types. Okay, so what are those sub classification of Jangala Desha Mamsas? Okay, so in Bhavaprakash Nigantu, Mamsa Vargo Atra Janghalam, see Janghala. I think already you come across with this word Jangasti. Okay, it is related to that the Asti only, Janghala. That is, Janghala is a sub classification of the Mamsa which comes under Jangala Mamsa. Okay, so Janghala Bilastha or Bilastha, Janghala Bilastascha Guhashayaha Tata Paranamruga Gneya Vishkiraha Pratudastata Prasaha Ata cha Gramya Ashtau Jangala Jatayaha. There are 8 types of Mamsas. Okay, Mamsa Vargo Atra Jangala Vilastascha Guhashayaha Tata Paranamruga Gneya Vishkiraha Pratudastata Prasaha Ata cha Gramya Ashtau Jangala Jatayaha. So if you buy this shloka, it is well and good. There are 8 types of the Jangala Mamsa. So in the first line, you will get 3 types of Jangala Mamsa. That is Janghala Bilasta Guhashaya. Okay, the first line only Janghala Bilasta Guhashaya. In the second line, Paranamruga Vishkira Pratuda. Paranamruga Vishkira Pratuda. And the third line, Prasaha Gramya. Prasaha Gramya. There are 8 types of Mamsa Vargas are explained by Acharya Baba Mishra under Jangala Mamsa. Okay, we will see one by one what are the Jangala Mamsas and what are their properties. So this is a good example which comes under Janghala Mamsa. So Janghala, as you all know, the Jangasti, the animals which are having the long limbs, the Mamsa obtained from the animals which are having long limbs. So those animals are those that Mamsa is called as Janghala Mamsa. Okay, you can write the definition as the Mamsa which is obtained from the animals which are having the long limbs. So those Mamsa, that Mamsa is considered as Janghala Mamsa. Okay, so this is an example like Ostra, or you can say camel. So this is deer, you can like Harin. This is another example. See the place, the previous one, that is the Lakshana like Alpa Ruksha, Alpa Udaka, and Pravata. Lakshanas of Jangala Desha, you can observe in this picture also. So most of the like the babula plants, it is almost like the desert areas. It is Jangala Deshas. The sheep, Aja. So almost all the animals which are having the long limbs. Okay. So the first classification under Jangala Mamsa is Janghala. So please note down the definition. Janghala Mamsa, the Mamsa obtained from the animals. The Mamsa obtained from the animals which are having long limbs. Which are having long limbs are called as Janghala Mamsa. Okay, obtained from the animals which are having long limbs is called as Janghala Mamsa. Example, Harina, Ena, Kuranga, Russia. So these are all the classical examples for Janghala Mamsa. These are all the classical examples for Janghala Mamsa. Okay, so what are those properties of this Janghala Mamsa? That is Madhura Kashaya Rasha Lagu Ruksha Guna. As the common properties of Jangala Mamsa is there, so you can write down those properties. Okay, Madhura Kashaya Rasha Lagu Ruksha Guna. See the karma. Karma is having Balya, Brahmana, Shukrala, Deepana. Balya. So almost all you can write under Mamsa Varga, the karma is like Balya and Brahmana. Okay. So apart from that, it is having Shukrala and Deepana. Here it is indicated as a ahara, as a patya, we used to advise. So in case of Mukha, Minmina, Gadgada, Ardita, Badirya, I think already you come across with these diseases like Mukha, Minmina, Gadgada in Roganidana. So Mukha, where the person is unable to speak, it's totally loss of speech is there in case of Mukha. Whereas in case of Minmina and Gadgada, the person is having a slurred speech or difficulty in speech. In such type of conditions, you can prepare the food preparations which are prepared by using this Janghala Mamsa. So they are helpful in case of to overcome these conditions. Okay, and Ardita, especially if there will be sometimes muscle wasting is there. In such type of conditions, you can advise or you can prepare any food preparations by using these Janghala Mamsas. Okay, and even in case of Bhadirya also it is indicated. Next we'll move to the another. See in this picture, by observing the picture you can define the definition, that is Bilasta, the Mamsa obtained from the animals which are living in Bila or burrows. The Mamsa obtained from the animals which are living in burrows. So those the animals, the Mamsa is called as Bilasta. Even the Sha. So this is also they used to present in the Bilas. Okay, so you can note down the animals which live in burrows. The animals which live in burrows are known as Bileshaya or Bilashaya, or you can say even the Bilasta. Okay, so example like Bhujanga. So Bhujanga, that is the animal, one which moves, Bhujanga, one which moves from their chest, or the Uraga, one which moves through their chest. That is called as Bhujanga, or like the snakes. Shasha, Khargosh, Shasha, Lakhya, and so these are the classical examples the Bilasta Mamsas. Okay, next properties. Madhura Rasa, Guru Ruksha Guna. See, the Bilasta animals, they are having Guru Ruksha Gunas. It is not having Snigdha Guna. What are the differences are there? Please note down. You have to give more concentration. So what are the difference points are there? Okay, so Madhura Rasa is there, Guru Guna, that is common, but you can write it. But here the Guna is Ruksha Guna. Instead of Snigdha Guna, it is having Ruksha Guna. Because as we are discussing about the animals which are present in the Jangala Desha. Okay, so that is Ruksha Guna. That is Ruksha Guna because, and Ushna Virya. See, this is Madhura Madhura Ushna. This is an example for Madhura Madhura Ushna. Usually Madrasatmaka Dravyanas are having Shita Virya, but it is having Ushna Virya. So the main in Guna, Ruksha Guna is there, and in Virya, Ushna Virya is there. So these are the two important points you have to remember under the Mamsa of Bilasta Varga animals. Okay, so Madhura Rasa, Guru Ruksha Guna, Ushna Virya, Madhura Vipaka, and Vata Shamaka. Karma is commonly you can say like Balya and Brahmana Karma. Next, you can, this is the third, the type, the subtype under the Jangalam is, the first one is Janghala, the second one is Bilasta, and the third one is Guhashaya. The Guhashaya means the animals which live in the caves, or the Mamsa which is obtained from the animals which are living in the caves. So those, the Mamsa is called as Guhashaya Mamsa. Okay, we'll see some more pictures. See, the animals are the Mamsa which obtained from the animals which are living in the caves. So those Mamsa is called as Guhashaya Mamsa. Okay, so all these animals, they used to stay in caves. So please note down the third, the classification. The animals which live in caves are known as Guhashaya. are the mamsa obtained from the animals which are living in the caves are known as guhashaya mamsa. If you are obtaining the mamsa from the simha, that is simha mamsa, guhashaya simha mamsa. Like that you can write shimha, vyagra, rukha, chitha. So these are the example, classical example for guhashaya mamsa. The animals who live in caves are known as guhashaya. The properties, this is also madura madura ushna, madura rasa, guru guna, ushna virya, madura vipaka. And the karmas are like vata shamaka, it is balya and netriya. So this is an example. The animals which stay on the trees, and usually they used to eat the vegetables or the leaf, like Audbhida Dravyas. For their survivance, they used to eat the Audbhida Dravyas and they used to stay on the plants. See, like a Parnamruga, the name itself it indicates. Parna, that is the leafy or the vegetables. They used to, vegetarian. Okay. So this is a, like Markhati. So they used to take the leafy vegetables. So Paranamruga, the classification under Jangala Mamsa, the fourth classification is Paranamruga or Paranamruga Mamsa. The animals which climb on the trees, the animals which climb on the trees and live on them are called as Paranamruga. Or you can say the Mamsa which is obtained from the animals which are climbing or which are live on the plants. So those animals are called as like Paranamruga Mamsa. Example, Ruksha Marjara, Ruksha Marjara, Ruksha Markhati, Vanara. So these are some of the classical example for Paranamruga. Okay, the Mamsa which is obtained from the animals which are living on the plants. And they used to eat the leaves, parna, okay, for their survival. So those animals, the mamsa is called as Paranamruga mamsa. And the properties are like, this is also Madhura Rasatmaka, Madhura, Ushna, Balya, Netriya, Shofahara, Kasahara. Okay. So this is an example. The animals which used their beak to collect the food. The birds to use their beaks to collect the food. See, only used to collect the food. That is very important. There are so many, the classifications are there, where the some of the animals or the birds, they used to use their beak to kill the worms or the insects. Here in this case, only it is collecting the insects or their food by using their beaks. That is called like Vishkira. Vishkira. The birds which use their beaks to pick up their foods are known as Vishkira. Okay. The mamsa obtained from the birds which use their beaks to pick up their foods are known as Vishkira type of the mamsas. Okay. Example, Lava, Kapinjalaka, Kulinga, Tittira. Lava, Kapinjalaka, Kulinga, Tittira. So these are the classical example. So most of them nowadays we are unable to see these type of birds or the animals. So what the classical in the classical text we used to find the animals. Okay, most of them are nowadays it is not possible. But you can give the example what we are in the present scenario what we are getting. So those example also we can give. Okay, by using the what is the definitions. Vishkira, which use their beaks to collect the food. That is called as Vishkira Mamsa. Okay. So directly the properties like Balya and Shukrala. Balya and Shukrala. Yes. So this is the example where the birds, they used to use their beak. In the previous one, only they used to collect, but here these birds, they are using their beaks to kill the insects, and then they used to eat that one. So that is called as pratudha. Okay, so this is not example actually. Pratudha, the birds which use their beaks to kill the worms and insects and use them as food are known as pratudha. Okay, so please note down the examples for pratudha. So the definition of pratudha: the mamsa obtained from the birds which use their beaks to kill the worms and insects and use them as food. Okay, so are known as pratudha mamsa. Example like kapota, parabata. Okay, so these are some of the classical examples. The properties like madhura, kashaya rasha, lagu, snigdha guna, karma is malabandhakara. Okay, madhura, kashaya rasha, lagu, snigdha guna, malabandhakara. So this is another example. This is another the example of the bird. There is crow. See, these animals, they used to use their beak to collect the food or to see. This is an example for prasaha. Prasaha. These type of birds move around. They used to move around and snatch the food material from other birds or animals. Okay, the prasaha type of the birds. So what they used to do, they used to move here and there, and so if there is any birds or any animals, they used to eat the food. So these birds, they used to go and they used to snatch the food materials of that particular animal or the bird. Okay, that is called as prasaha. So prasaha is a type of mamsa obtained from the animals which moves around and snatch the food materials from other birds or animals. Example: kaka, uluka, kurara, and gradra. Okay, kaka, uluka, kurara, and gradra. These are some of the examples. So the properties, that is Ushnavirya, so they will result in the diseases like Shosha. So if you use these mamsa, which will produce mamsa datta kshaya because of its Ushnavirya, and like Unmada, Shukra kshaya, it may result in Unmada, Shukra kshaya. Okay, like next, move to the Gramya. So usually we used to like cows, goats, buffaloes. Okay, so the animals which live in villages, are known as Gramya. The Gramya mamsa, the mamsa obtained from the animals which are living in the villages, so are known as Gramya. Example like Mesha, Ashva, Rusha, Aja, Avi. So all these you can consider under Gramya type of the mamsas. Okay, and rasa is Madhura rasa. This is Madhura Ushna. Madhura rasa, Guru, Snigdha guna, Ushna virya, Madhura vipaka. Madhura rasa, Guru, Snigdha guna, Ushna virya, Madhura vipaka. And karma is Balya and Brahmana. Okay, so these are all the 8 types of Jangala mamsa. Okay, so please recollect once again. Under the Jangala mamsa, the mamsa varga mainly classified into 2 types based on the availability or based on the desha, that is based on the geographical, the area. Okay, the Jangala mamsa, once again it is classified into 8 types. Means the mamsa obtained from the animals which are living in Jangala desha, like Janghala. The first one is Janghala, Bilas गुहाशय, पर्णमृग, विष्किर, प्रतूध, and prasaha, gramya. Okay, so these are the 8 types of the mamsas. Okay, next we'll move to the another classification, that is the second classification according to Charaka is Anupamamsa. The mamsa which is obtained from the animals which are living in wetlands are Anupadesha. The mamsa which is obtained from the animals which are living in wetlands are Anupadesha, that is called as Anupamamsa. So what are the properties, general properties? This is Madhura Madhura Shita, Madhura Rasa, Guru, Snigdha, Pichila Guna. Madhura Rasa, Guru, Snigdha, Pichila Guna, Madhura Vipaka, Shita Virya. And Karma is Pushtikara, Abhishandhi, and Patya. Pushtikara, Abhishandhi, Patya. So what are the types of Anupamamsa? So it is also well and good if you buy this sloka. Okay. So Anupamamsa is of 5 types. Anupamamsa is of 5 types. That is Kulecharaha, Plavaschapi, Koshasthaha, Padinasthata, Matsya, Ete, Samakyata, Panchada, Anupajatayaha. Okay. In the first line, he used to explain 4 types of Anupamamsa. In the second line, 1 type. So Kulecharaha, Plava, Koshastha, Padhina, okay, Matsya. So these are all the 5 types of Anupamamsa. Kulechara, Plava, Koshastha, Padhina, Matsya. So these are the 5 types of Anupamamsa. We'll see one by one. Kulechara. Kulechara means what? So we can write the definition. Kulechara as the animals are the birds which move on the banks of the rivers, on the banks of the, or they used to stay, or they used to live on the banks of the rivers. So those animals are considered under Kulechara. Okay, the animals are the mamsa obtained from the animals which live near the banks of the rivers. Near the banks of the rivers are called as Kulechara. Okay, the examples Lulaya, classical examples Lula, Ghanda, Ganda, Varapa. Properties Madhura Rasa, Guru Snigdha, Shita Virya, Madhura Vipaka. This is Samana Pratyara Dravya, Madhura Madhura, Shita. Okay, these are the properties of Kulechara. Kulechara means the animals are the birds which will live in the banks of the rivers or near the river they used to live. So those animals are considered under Kulechara. Okay, Madhura Madhura, Shita. So karma is Balya, Rusha, Mutrala. Next, the birds which will swim or which fly on the water. Okay, the birds which will swim in water or which will flow on water. So those animals, if you are obtaining the mamsa from the birds which are swim in water or which are float on water, so those animals or those birds are considered under Plava or Flavastha, Plava. Mamsa obtained from the animals are the birds which live in water, Okay, in the case of Kulechara, they used to live in the banks of the rivers. But here Plava, so animals are the birds, they used to live in water. The difference between Kulechara and Plava. Okay, the animals which live in water are the birds which floats or swim on the water are known as Plava. Example, Hamsa, Sarasa, Karandha, Baka. Hamsa, Sarasa, Karanda, Baka are an example for Plava. And their properties. This is also Madhura Madhura, Shita. Madhura Rasa, Guru Snigdha Guna, Shita Virya, Madhura Vipaka, Vata Pitta Shamaka. Vata Pitta Shamaka. Karma is Balya, Shukrala, and Pittagna. Balya, Shukrala, and Pittagna. Next, this is an example for Koshastha. The insects are the animals which takes its ashraya in the kosha. So those animals are considered under Koshastha. The fourth example which comes under Anupamamsa. Okay? Is present inside. This is the outer shell. Like already you have studied in Jangama Dravyas like Shankha, Varatika, Shambhoka. Okay, so usually the sea water, the insects. Okay, see in the Shankha how the insects they used to take its ashraya. Okay, ashraya in the kosha, or they are like a shell-like cavities. So in that they used to protect. Okay, so this is also another example. You can observe the insects they used to stay, or they used to protected by shell. So you cannot know the koshastha, the mamsa obtained from which live in cells, which live in shells, so are known as koshastha. Or the mamsa obtained from the aquatic animals which live in the shell-like the structures are known as koshastha mamsa. Example like, so these are considered under the koshastha. Okay, so the properties. So this is also madura shita, madura rasa, guru snigdha guna, shita virya, madura vipaka. And dosha karmagnata is vata, pitta shamaka, Balya, Brahmana, Shukrala. Balya, Brahmana, Shukrala. Next. There they used to walk. Okay, that is Padini or Padinastha is a type of the animal. Or the mamsa. See here, this is an animal, so which walks in water. Okay, they are having the limbs like Himakardi. See, like the pigs or the varaha, that is which is present or which stay in, which live their lives in the water. That is aquatic animals. Okay, so this is another picture which shows about the animal which is present in water, which is having long limbs. Okay, so these type of animals, the mamsa obtained from these type of animals are called as Padini mamsa. Okay, so this is another example. So this is example for Kulechari also, because the animals which live in the banks of the rivers or the near the banks. This is an amphibian animal which stay both in land as well as the water. So which is having even the limbs. So this is Padini and also example for Kulechari. Both type of the mamsa. The mamsa. Next year. Okay, so according to Sushruta, we have discussed that there are two types of Mamsa Vargas based on the geographical source, that is Jangama Mamsa and Anupamamsa. Once again, Jangama Mamsa is of 8 types, that is the Mamsa obtained from the different types of animals like Janghala, Bilasta, Guhashaya, Parnamruga, Vishkira, Pratuda, Prasaha, and Gramya. Okay, and Anupamamsa is of 2 types. It is of 5 types. The mamsa obtained from the animals which are living in Anupadesha or wetlands. So they are of 5 types. That is Koshastha, Kulechara, Koshastha, Padhini, Matsya, and one more is Pratuda, yes, Prasaha. Plava, Kulechara, Plava, Koshastha, Padina, and Matsya. So these are the 5 types. So among them we have discussed about Kulechara and Plava. So we are discussing about Koshastha. We'll see about Koshastha. Yes, so Koshastha Mamsa. So it is one which is obtained from the insects or the animals which lives or which takes ashraya in the kosha. That is like Shankha, Shambhuka, Varatika, like Kapardika. So in those the shell-like structure, so the insects or the animals what they used to take ashraya. So if you obtain that mamsa from these animals, that is called as koshastha. Okay. Then there is the aquatic animals, especially the aquatic animals which live in the shells are known as koshastha. Example, Shankha, Shambhuka, and Karkata. The properties Madhura Madhura, Shita. And karmas like Balya, Brahmana, and Shukrala karma. So this is Padhina or Paditastha. Okay. So these are the aquatic animals which live in the water and also on the banks of the rivers, which are having limbs, which are having the limbs. So if you are obtaining the mamsa from these animals, that is called as Padhina or Paditastha mamsa. So these are all the examples for Paditastha or Padhina mamsa. Okay. So the animals which have legs and live in water and catch their prey by the tongue and eat them are known as Padini. Okay. So the animals which have the legs and live in water, catch their prey by the tongue and eat them are known as Padini. Example, Makara, the crocodile, Makara, Kurma, Nakra, and Goda. So these are some of the classical examples for Padini type of mamsa. The properties are Madhura Madhura, Shita. It is Madhura Rasa, Guru, Snigdha Guna, Shita Virya, Madhura Vipaka. And Dosha Karmagnata is Vata Pitta Shamaka, Karma is Balya, Brahmana, Shukrala. So this is the fourth type of, this is the fifth one, I think the Matsya, fifth type of the Anupamamsa. So he used to directly mention as the Matsya. So there are two types of Matsya. The Matsya obtained from the fresh water and the Matsya obtained from the salt water. So based upon the sources, they used to classify two types. Okay, the fresh water Matsya and the salt water Matsya. So this is an example for fresh water, the fish. Okay, freshwater fish, and there are some the saltwater fish examples are also there here. So these are the seawater, the fishes. Okay, so Matsya, the fishes like Rohita, and the type of Matsya who are aquatic in nature, and if you are obtaining the mamsa from this type of the fishes, that is called as Matsya. So it's of two types depending upon the place where they live, that is freshwater and saltwater. Okay, the freshwater fish which live in rivers, ponds, etc. Whereas the saltwater fishes, they used to live in sea and oceans. The properties is it is a Madhura Rasa but Ushnavirya. So please remember, sometimes in the Viva Vase and also in the NEET examination you may get. So the Matsya Mamsa is having a Madhura Rasa but Virya is Ushnavirya. Okay, Madhura Rasa, Guru Snigdha Guna, Ushnavirya, Madhura Vipaka. And Dosha Karmagnata is Vata Shamaka. Karma is same as like Balya, Brahmana, Shukrala. Okay, so this is about Mamsa Varga. Next, we'll move to the Saila Varga.